Cloud architecture. In this video, I'm going to talk about the first part of the cloud architecture videos. You know that we are using cloud in our networks, in today's networks. Maybe you ask me, what is the cloud? For understanding what is the cloud and also what is the cloud computing, we need to first learn about some prerequisites. After that, we can learn about the cloud. But for now, let me to first give you one simple definition about the cloud, but you will learn more than this about the cloud and also the detail of the cloud. What is the cloud? Cloud is the on-demand availability of computer system resources. Okay, this means that when you need storage, when you need CPU, it is available for you. You can request these resources from a cloud, especially data storage. Okay, means for example, we need some storage in the air, in the internet. You can easily give this storage or take this storage from the cloud, and this is the cloud storage. And maybe you need some computing resources such as the PC, a server, or a computing power. Okay, you can easily take this resource from the cloud without direct active management by the user. Means you shouldn't for example talk with anybody. You will enter to one for example website. After that, you can select what is you need or what are you need. After that, after some second, you will have these resources. Actually, cloud computing is the on-demand availability of computer system resources, especially data storage, means cloud storage, and also computing power, without direct active management by the user. Okay, large clouds often have functions distributed over multiple locations, each location being a data center. This means that in most cloud implementation, we are using the dynamic data centers. Okay, cloud computer or cloud computing relies on sharing of resources to achieve coherence. Okay, and also economies of scale, typically using a pay-as-you-go model, okay, which can help in reducing capital expenses, but may also lead to unexpected operating expenses for unaware users. You will learn more than this about the cloud, but for understanding the cloud functionality in level of CCNA, first we should learn about the server and also server virtualization. You know that when we want to take some resources from a cloud, for example, the storage, for example, their computing resources, okay, we need to use data centers. And in the data centers, we have some servers. What is the server? You should first learn about the server and most importantly about the server virtualization, because this can give you a better view about the cloud architecture. Because of that, in this video, we are learning about the server virtualization. In the next video, we will learn more than this about the cloud. Very good. What is the server? Maybe you have used the server before than this video, or maybe this is the first time that you are hearing about the server. You know that a server is a computer, okay, with for example more computing power, means more CPU than in compared with a PC, a personal computer. Or maybe you have heard about the amount of RAM, memory, yeah, and this is, you know that the RAM in the server, the amount of RAM in the server is larger than the PC, and some other resources. All of them are correct. Also about the server, we have some differences with the computer, for example, about the operating system. In most cases, we are using different operating systems in PC and also in the servers. For example, in one PC, maybe you are using the Windows desktop version or Linux or maybe Mac OS operating system, okay? But in the servers, maybe you are using other operating system. I will talk about them, but for now, let me to compare these two devices with each other. First, About the PC, I know that you know everything and I'm not going to talk about the PC in this video. In PC, we have KVM, keyboard, video, display, and also mouse, okay? And you know that here we have some amount of CPU and also some amount of storage and also RAM, and also we have a main board, this device, this pieces of computing device, okay, connected to each other, and also storage connected to each other, and now you can use the personal computer as your desktop PC, okay? But about the server, the first thing that we know is that in this server, okay, we have more resources. It is correct. For example, we have more CPU, we have more RAM, we have more other resources, okay? For example, hard disk drive, all of them are correct. And also one specific differences between the server and the PC is that in server, as you can see, we don't have KVM, we don't have keyboard, we don't have video display, we don't have mouse. Maybe you ask me how we can use the server, how we can connect to the server. The answer is that through the network. In most cases, maybe in all cases, we are connecting to the servers or for example, multiple servers over the network. Actually, we are assigning one IP address to the server, okay? And after that, over the network, we have connectivity to the server. And this means that we don't need KVM, means keyboard, video display, and mouse, okay? But you know that about the servers, we have some other differences. I will talk about them, but before talking about the next difference between the server and also computer, let me to say that in today's networks, in for example recent networks, now we have some new vendors of the servers. For example, Cisco in the old days was building only the switches and routers and some other network devices, but after 2010, now Cisco is one of the vendors of the servers. We call them Unified Computing System, or UCS. For example, this is a UCS, okay? Cisco UCS server. This is a server that built with Cisco, okay? After that, maybe you encounter with some special devices, such as this device. In this device, actually, we have multiple servers. Each of these box is a server. This is a server. This is another server, then next server, then next server. Here we have 4 server, and also here we have 4 server. 8 server is available in this box. The name of this box is the blade. Blade means we have a box, we have a chassis. In this chassis, we can inject, for example, 8 servers. Okay, and here we have some power supply. This is power supply, this is power supply, this is power supply, this is power supply. But here we have 8 servers. Maybe you ask me why we should inject 8 servers into one blade. Because, you know, as you can see here, we have a chassis that we can, for example, inject our servers into this chassis. About the space that we are using, we are, for example, reducing the space, and about the power and some other environmental tools, we have better situation. For example, with this type of chassis, we don't need to, for example, use this or install these 8 servers in, for example, 8 unit in the rack. Okay, I will show you. With this UCS blade services, we can easily install multiple servers without to need, for example, to connect each of them one cable for connecting to the power, and also without the need to cooling these devices with individual fans. We can only use 1 or 2 cable for this Cisco UCS blade server, okay, for connecting to power, and also more efficient cooling with specific fans that here we have, okay? Because of that, this is possible that you see a server in this form and also in this form. For example, the Cisco is calling this type of servers B series, means blade series servers. Okay, the detail of the servers is not the, for example, content of the CCNA. You will learn about the servers in the specific courses that was designed, for example, presented for the servers and maybe for data centers. Here we are reviewing, we are introducing the servers, for example,